Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the top 8, as you can see, of this challenge number 7. Um, and we're gonna be watching Thufir versus Chips. Pretty sick match between Thufir's. I believe they're on Xenon, right? Yeah, they had the Lurking Brute. How could I forget? And
Yeah,
versus Chips on their pretty well tuned destruction deck.
yeah, I'm excited to see Thufir explained to us that that he was trying a few different things, like no Vikram, for instance, in the list, and just trying just a lot of different stuff, a little bit more experimental. Thufir's kind of a player that gets a lot of reps and learns a lot from playing the games, and put a little bit more theory into this one. So I'm really excited to see a teammate and someone I know that works very hard to be 5-0 here, and I know it's going to be a great match against Applechips. So I'm just really excited to see how this one goes.
Yeah. Chips may play the most out of any player besides maybe Spifferific. I don't know. In Eternal, like that,
Mm-hmm.
they're these are definitely a well seasoned players that deserve all the accolades they can get. Maybe even I you know, Super may be one of the players who has not made worlds yet. That is one of the top level players. There's only a few that I would consider one of that bracket, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch my Direwolf interview for qualifying for Worlds yet, but I did. So I don't know if I got edited, but I mentioned during the interview at least that like I felt like ThufirHawat is like the player that actually helped me like grow the most, or like keep me in check in terms of like
Yeah.
how I build decks and approach situations, and I would love to see him in Worlds.
GHP is that player for sure.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has that sort of player, and what I like in the like more
Which one?
competitive like community is just like seeing the various like circles of like, well, this person looks up to this person, and this person looks up to this person, and this person keeps this person in check, and just like you need one of those like boards with the yarns and the pins to keep everything, keep track of everything.
Yeah, and we're all not singular players. We got coming into these tournaments and like doing well and whatnot. There's certainly some backstory and people that have influenced the way we play and whatnot.
Yeah. Like the way I built my Rakano deck that I was able to win the first open with
Right.
was like, at least part of my thinking was like, how would Thufir build like Rakano, and that was kind of what I came to. All right,
Yep.
we're gonna get down to the match shortly. All right,
Okay.
the shortest actually.
Yeah. Instantly.
So Thufir's hand looks kind of like a clunker. Even on the draw, I don't think you can keep it. You have such powerful twos in Lurking Brute and Dinosaur Nest. Half of those I was expecting to say today, but
Chips.
I think you really want your twos.
If this is much more interesting, if Thufir had this hand, it would be fine. But Thufir has more of a aggressive slant, so maybe Chips has to mulligan this.
Yeah,
Um, he does. Okay.
yeah. That's just a lot of respect there. I like
Yeah.
Applechips' decision there. If you're keeping, I'm not sure if this is the first seven or second seven, but I think that's a pretty interesting decision if it's the first seven.
They're on the draw, so they're likely to draw a power, but even a power is kind of a not, it's not gonna win you the game for sure. They
I guess
draws
we'll,
two though. We're
yeah,
probably in business.
I guess we'll see how it plays out.
Does Thufir have any does not have any of the dreaded card in hand or in their deck, the
Hexavore?
Hexavore.
Yeah.
Dito's back in the menu.
Okay, so we'll see if this hand can keep up. I mean, it was definitely a risk that
Display coming down. A lot
that
of respect for the nest.
right. So Thuvir has a few answers to waste no or to dismantle of will, but this still the stronghold being able to apply a bunch of pressure.
All right. So Thufir will to okay. So they're gonna play the Sahin, not the not gonna try to get rid of the Zito for good. I think that
Yeah,
was probably a better play for sure, but all the plays.
yeah. Playing the Sahin is like pretty good because Victimless Crime can't hit it because it's a hero. So you can't play your minute. You kind of want to hold on to until you get 6 power ideally, and then you could just like Null Blade later, or maybe you could find a better target for Null Blade. Like what if Applechips plays Vikram?
Applechips might. Nope, they're gonna play Racking. They're gonna play around the possibility. Like you said in a previous discussion, Vikram is kind of the last ditch thing that you play once all the other stuff is gotten rid of, right?
Right. It's the prize. You can probably just play a bunch of things that are good distractions, and that probably yield removal spells. But yeah, if you can land Vikram, good for you.
Yeah. I don't know, unless there's an endurance unit, Yahoo
Because
or something. Wahoo.
so the voice of God told me that that was actually Thufir's second hand, so it makes a lot more sense. Keep it there on the draw.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, so they're gonna attack. Probably gonna make this Zito jump. Oh no, they want to kill it. Okay, kill it.
That's fine. But like,
Has Thufir used this yet? He hasn't, right?
no, probably just off the Zito here then. I mean, if Thufir can get Chips to feel comfortable enough to play the Vikram, it could
Does
allow
it?
them to get back in the game.
Ooh, could play the Vikram just straight up
Right.
now.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, it's like slightly enticed. Like if you draw a power here, okay, well it's not, but I could see that as a possibility, just to push more.
You said that, didn't you? And then I ignored you, and yeah.
What's up? Oh no, it's fine.
you said that the Vikram could be played like
No, it's
potentially
fine. It's
unknown.
fine. Sorry, that wasn't why I was sighing. I was just, it's okay. Um, so following up with another stronghold just to be able to use the victimless crime, the one that wasn't able to be used last time.
And could have used combust this turn too, but decided to go for that one. That's good too.
I think that makes sense.
I'm gonna take 2 damage. I think they are gonna kill this Sill. Um,
They only take 1 damage from, or
oh,
yeah, it's
right.
not double
Jeez.
damage. You're conditioned now.
Yeah, that's what they call mind control or something. I don't know.
Mm. So yeah, it's kind of hard for the full blade because it's to Applechips' advantage. Way, so it's not even like the quantity that's doing in here. It's really just by not having any 1 or 2 drops this game, kind of like falling.
The Minotaur comes down. Not a hero, right? No, but
Right,
it's
but
already used the.
the crime.
That's interesting. They drew a Evelina off the top. That's pretty good. Yeah, might even. Oh, yeah. Actually, this is really good. Like they block here, but they still get a 5/5 in their hand.
I think I would have convinced myself to play Bust Vikram Charge, and then
Definitely puts them
then
to
have the
lower.
Evelina the next turn to be able to attack for lethal. But I think this is the like canned like I am 2 for 1ing you, or I'm like producing more material play. So I don't fault it, and I don't even know if my plays better.
In this case, very much. It's very much that Applechips is very, very far ahead, mostly because the power difference, right? Like ThufirHawat has been stuck a little bit. Uh, I guess they really didn't need it, kind of, but it would have been nice to probably double spell like 1 turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or to come back and get back into this tempo wise. But Chips ahead 1-0.
Yeah, I think a lot of that just came down to the one for one sort of removal not pairing up very well against the Rat King Dino Net Still Stronghold. So the Still Stronghold's just making any card into a threat, being this looming removal spell in the victimless prime. So kind of just a tough situation for Thufir, given the mulligan, lack of 2-drop, just not being able to pressure the site in a meaningful way. But
yeah, and in that case, maybe it could have gone to 6, but I don't see. In that case, the 1-for-1, the fact that it was 1-for-1 removal would have been even worse, right? For him.
yeah, I still think I would have traded 2 power or 2 non-power for a power. So I would have mulled the 2
Right.
hand second set for 6.
Just with the way the mulligan rule works, it's just such a high percent chance that you're just gonna get the 2 power hand again anyway. I know it's 66% chance to get a higher count, but like if you get 4 power, and draw like another power, you don't win those games either, too, right?
Maybe.
So
It depends on
it's
how the deck's built. Like Thufir has a
yeah,
lot of 5s.
true, for sure. All right, so chips with the 3 of a kind, the 3 of Lunas. I don't foresee that being a keepable hand, but
Right.
we'll see.
Even on Thufir's side, it's pretty tough. Like you do have the Dino Nest, but you don't have a way to cast it. This is the first 7, probably mulligan. Second.
You might. I mean, it's pretty high probability chance. You've drawn so many shadow sources. I think they've run 7 in their deck. Of Fierce, so they only have 3 more legit shadow sources left in their deck. Like,
Yeah, so like there's
tempted.
14 for Thufir, along with Dismantle, and
Right. Yeah.
probably fun. I don't love it, but it's probably fun. Oh, there it is. Now we
Oh
came to
yeah,
game.
baby. Let's go. Unfortunately, it's on the draw, so it's not nearly as good. But
Yeah, being on the draw both games definitely stings a little bit.
all right, drew a playable card. A 2 and a 3 is not the worst, right?
It's really not.
In this case, Chips probably likely uses Izito in her hand. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Zito's not that good of a, or it's a good matchup against Lurking Brute. Really keeps it stymied for a bit.
Do they discard? Nah, they can't discard. I don't. Is that heresy?
It's either that
Discard.
or the Igniter.
Right.
So here you can just hit the Dino Net play. Kind of, kind of a tough situation for the. Oh
Can't
wow, all
can't
these
attack with
Zitos.
the can't attack with the lurking brute because it wasn't a fair trade for them. All right. Nullblade comes down.
Probably killing this
Um.
Sindane.
Yeah. Even though you can get rid of the Zito forever, the
You're
Sindane
allowed
is
to
just
attack though. Yeah, I like this.
oh. Tried to block. They do have the Vickerman hand, so if it gets out of hand, um now if they draw okay, they just started the Dino Nest. If they had drawn a time, which they did, a double Dino Nest is one way to get back into the game on a meaningful
Yeah,
basis. They're fairly like it's not the worst for them.
no, I would have kept the second Dino Nest. Like I don't even think getting copies. Like if you draw a power next turn, like the turn after this, enough.
And the Vikram spawn with the hero activation dealing 3 damage and cards the last card, and yeah, we're looking at a situation where Chips is very far ahead here.
I mean, it's
Despite
hard. The 3 Zeta is just being so much card advantage.
yeah, Zito is definitely a very strong card. I I've thought for a little while that potentially Zito should be nerfed. But there are answers to it in the format. Very solid, like Null Blade and other stuff, right?
All right, this is a tough call. So your opponent literally has no cards in it, and you kind of feel like you need to like make a clock, but it is true
Right.
that like if they just play a threat and then you Vikram it, like that's pretty good.
Yeah. Especially since they played a threat and they probably don't have a removal spell then. Like they would have to top deck a removal spell. Oh, Thufir with that was a dagger for sure. Although Chips is also
I wonder
also
if we're-
flooding out a bit.
gift. All right, that's close.
It is interesting. Chips is a good friend of mine. And Thufir's on your team.
Yeah.
We are kind of biased in our
Well,
reviews of this game.
it's balanced at least. We got one on each.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you just slam and jam here. Just take one.
Yeah, steal that. And like I would have even attacked with the Zito.
But all right, that was the best draw.
That was what you were hoping for.
Yeah.
There you go.
One more of those, please.
Oh, that's no.
Happening.
Can't attack with that. Crazy.
I mean, if Thufir gets another one, you get to like taunt attack in.
Okay, they're
Oh
gonna
wow. Yeah, I guess you just trade off, draw another gift, and it'll all be all right.
Okay.
I'll even take the unleash card.
Because Chips is ahead on life total, I think they're still kind of ahead on. Oh, geez. Well, this is not that was a huge dagger right there, and then Chips top decks the Dino Nest, which is gonna be pretty good. Let's say.
Yeah.
Good
Good block. You just have to do that because you have to be able to draw a gift or like the unleash card.
Grogar or whatever power.
Yeah. So it
Oh
goes.
well.
Great run for Thufir and just like being able to rack up points on the leaderboard. But
I'm sure we'll be seeing them during the invitational.
yeah, and Applechips advancing to 4, to the top 4, so that's pretty awesome.
Chips lives in the top 4 of these tournaments.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a person that's played more TNE. Maybe Spiff.
Yeah, maybe Spiff.
Yeah.
So we do have a couple of matches still outstanding right now. Well, just have Dikudagu versus Martin is the outstanding match that I can see on my bracket.
Awesome. Yeah, let's see it. I want to see more Sycolis action.
So what is that? Click. That's a Xena versus. Oh yeah, right.
Sycolis deck. Yeah.
Easy to forget. Actually, it's not easy to forget at all. This is gonna be the talk of the tournament, right?
The Sycolis deck.
Sycolis deck.
I hope so.
Mystical Shackles in, okay. Instead of the Furious Magnaventress. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay. See. I'm used to seeing these Vikram's not even stealing anything eventually anymore, and yeah.
You're conditioned again. I wonder if we're just gonna see the display here to try to dig for like a Vikram.
Good. You could also kill the 5/5. Like, no, you can't. You can't kill the 5/5. What am I talking about?
Yeah. So sometimes I forget which ones kill heroes or non-heroes.
It's gonna be that's gonna be a recurring theme, I think, throughout this expedition season. Is which displays do what.
Okay.
I think someone was watching forgot the other day that the primal display does 5 damage, does the Battle of the Gates effect, like this.
So pretty good comeback for Martin
here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Bounces.
But we can get back at Vikram and yeehaw.
And yeehaw.
Pretty sure, unless if it was no, I think it was shackled actually. There might only be one Vikram card.
Oh.
think I was hoping for the Magna Venture,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though it's all on board.
yeah.
No, there's a Rat King. Since the
There's a Rat
Vikram
King.
is
Okay, they just decide to. Okay.
all right. I can't justify it anymore. I tried my hardest. But it's hard for us. Like we don't have the full context of the game, what the player voids per se.
I'm sure they were just hoping for it, right? Um,
It's hard when it's on board though. But getting another relic's actually huge here. Just being able to keep some form of parity. Like you're only losing 3 every turn here.
what's in their void? That they can't get back with this.
Could be possible that they're all silenced. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Okay, they're
are.
just all silenced. Okay, that makes more sense now. That's not the worst. Not the worst. Gets one of these cards out of their hand. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Um,
That's actually a really interesting situation. So it's a small byproduct of playing Stormhawk plating in your deck, where you actually end up in a situation where you actually have to play all your power up to 8. So if you're holding cards and you're at 6 power, they are actually things that you can cast, but might be conditional, like the Mystic Shackles, like the Leslie's Choice. So it actually makes Zito better because you choose to play Storm.
and okay, so they're gonna get back a Sahi. Holy, not a bad hit. Shrivel
Yeah.
once again can kill the Magniventress. Something that was for this tournament wasn't a thing.
Yeah, we see a lot of like 4-pointers. So we have the Shrivel and the Searing Fist. So if
To
anything has
massacre.
5 toughness, yep. So if anything has 5 toughness, actually, just like the Krogar, Riva, certain players we've seen in our.
It's the FTK check, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Jack check in
There we go. Now you're starting to
Eternal.
you know you're a reigning world champion, right? You're supposed to promote Eternal. But yeah, the Jack check exactly. That also sounds better. It rhymes.
I just realized that after I said it.
It's okay. We'll see if we can edit it before we go to YouTube. So non-stop hits for Martin, being able to play evil. So if the math's like hard for you on the how Valor works, it's just like you just know that all the 1/1s don't add anything.
Yeah, exactly. And also a 3/4 matching with the 4/3 it doesn't exactly go when they have a Valor.
Right, exactly. So trying to figure
Triple
out
block
if
the
you're
5/5, but then what does this do though? I mean, I guess it makes them have to cast it.
yeah. Well, the Dino Nest is flipping, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I lose track.
I don't know.
After
I've never played with the card before.
I feel like I can actually get away with that, but yeah. So the Dino Nest flips here, but just valuing kind of like the tempo.
Oh, the Evelina, of course, is a dino.
Yep. But the shackles to get the trying to figure out how much to attack with. It's hard. You know that there's a 5/5 looming, so you kind of gotta get your Lux in while you can. I mean, it was actually a decision point as to like what removal spells you want to be able to play in your combo deck, and Mystic Shackles isn't necessarily the one you choose, but by blanking the Through the Unknown, by being able to Mystic Shackles both Rat King and Vikram, this game actually played out much different than it would have otherwise.
This top deck Perspective Ventures, especially since it is on in a situation where they have a sheltered value out, is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Notably, I believe this is a 1/1 series.
Oh, so this is game 3.
Yeah.
It looks like that's a nail in the coffin.
Our players are being very cooperative and reporting their matches as they go.
You'll love to see it.
Good job, players. Good job.
But yeah, Martin's innovative Combre deck looks like it might be able to slay one of the boogeymans of the format.
Yeah.
And to the top 4.
Honestly, it looked pretty good against Xenon. I don't know how its matchups are against other decks in the field, but against Xenon, it feels like it's a strong matchup.
It's tough because Xenon could be built in so many different ways, but I think the current iterations we're seeing, I definitely.
It's just big enough and just aggressive enough to be able to take them on.
Right. So we have Applechips advancing. We have Martin. Who are the other 2?
We have Jez also in the top 4, and Game Grump, of course,
Okay.
is the other one. Yeah.
Pretty stacked top 4, really. I mean, you kind of get these. Like all these people, like sure the tournament's free, but there are real cash prizes, there are invites to the invitational, or depending on scoreboard and stuff like that, and then possibly a route to Worlds. And we're slowly filling up the spots. Like if you're not already playing the TNEs, but you want to go to Worlds, I highly suggest playing in these because with the multiple top 4s, like with both Gosu and Portage. Well, yeah, I guess Flector, Portage. Yeah, it's like 3 people last weekend were able to qualify for Worlds. So who even knows if there's going to be enough spots open for like one of these LCQ. So you know that there is one spot for the TNE Invitational Champion at least to go to Worlds. So get out there. It's free. Free. Doesn't get any better than that.
All these tournaments, all the fact that Eternal is so free to play is definitely apart from the gameplay obviously being very fantastic, it's also a huge selling point of the game is that you can become a world champion for free.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here in the booth and still sticking with the game if it wasn't so free to play. Like that allowed me to get in. I chose to put in a little bit of money just because I was so far behind relative to other people. But yeah, I think it's super awesome. So,
all right, I think that's the end of the round. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I think we can just go straight into the top 4 if we want.